Good afternoon and welcome to Running to Redline. I just bought what was probably the best deal on a sports car in the past few years, and it's actually sitting right behind my head over here. So I actually snagged this car for exactly $20,000 flat, and today I'm just going to be going through what it is and how I got it for so cheap, just so that as the car market comes down, you guys can be a bit more aware as to what is out there and might be able to snag a deal like this for yourself. So let's get into it. All right, here she is. This is my 2005 C6 Corvette that I just picked up for only $20,000 flat, and the car has 34,000 miles on it. I believe this has to be one of, if not the best deals that anyone has gotten on a sports car in the past few years, as the market has went pretty crazy and has really just gotten out of hand. A car like this with this kind of mileage would typically be found for anywhere between $27,000 to $29,000, and this guy had his listed for $23,000, and I picked it up for $20,000 flat. Now, this particular C6 Corvette was torch red and has a tan interior. This interior also has the glass roof in the middle. It's a target top removable, but it is the glass roof that actually allows sunlight in. It's like an all-time sunroof. I'll show you that in just a second. And this being a 2005 is the LS2 engine, which is 400 horsepower. They went to the LS3 in 2008, and my understanding is that that is the more desirable engine. But for this money, I really just couldn't pass the car up. And it had a few quirks to it, one of which was actually the rims before I painted them. And I'll get into that in just a second. But overall, it's only taken me maybe a week or so to fix most of the issues that this car had and get it to where it is now. So as we go ahead and hop into the interior, you can see it's this nice two-tone tan color here. The seats are in great condition. The car, once again, only has 34,000 miles on it. And this is the glass roof that lets light in. As you can see, it is kind of scratched up. I don't really know why, but this is one of the major issues with the car. And the other problem that I normally would have never went this way, but I really just could not pass this deal up, boom, automatic transmission. So that is what it is. I live in a very high traffic area, so I could live with this actually for the next few years. When I am trying to get through traffic, the manual does get annoying, but overall, the interior was in pretty much mint condition. The only issue that I found is that this latch is missing right here for the center console, but that's no worries. It was a $7 part on Amazon, and I have another on the way. Let's fire up. So I'll show you in just a second here. When I click through this, boom, 34,977 miles. So it really is quite a low mileage car. And if we go ahead and open this hood here, you can see this is the LS2 V8. The engine bay is pretty much flawless. The only issue that I have had with this is those hood struts right there were really kind of just weak, so I replaced them, so now it actually holds the hood up. But they were all pretty much just little small nagging issues on this car that I was able to handle relatively quickly. And it does sound quite nice from factory. It's a little quiet, so I might do something about that. But all in all, for $20,000, I really struggle to think there's anything else out there with this amount of power that looks and sounds this good. So as we step back into the car, I also want to make it known that this car was also only one owner and had a clean title. So you might think that maybe the reason the price was down so low was because of that, and that actually wasn't the case. The reason that it was low to begin with was the rims were all oxidized, and you should see a picture of that on the screen right now. I'll put one up. Basically, all the metal on the edges of the rims was kind of chipping and peeling away due to salt on the roads. I guess this car was in a pretty salty area near the right near the ocean, but I handled that in just about a week. I actually will be posting a video on that pretty soon here. I actually just ran into a friend. Anyways, as I was saying, one of the reasons that this was listed lower is because of the oxidation on the rims. There was a good amount of damage to them, and I think that maybe is what he was thinking, but that was actually my main negotiation point as to how I was able to get him down from 23 all the way to 20, was just to give him a hard time for the rims. And that, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I did have to kind of repaint them and do all that, so that was definitely a major issue on the car. So yeah, I haven't driven the car much, but in the time that I have, it is an absolute pleasure to drive. The V8 has a ton of low-end torque, and that really is something that kind of characterizes all of the LS engines, and I really do like that. The automatic is also decent. It's only 4 speeds, which is a little weird at times, but it doesn't really do anything too weird, and it keeps the RPMs nice and low, so it's good for highway driving and for gas mileage. But yeah, anyways, just kind of the last overview of the car. I think the main thing that made this such a good deal is the fact that the car only has 34,000 miles on it. I mean, that is pretty much nothing. So I could own this car for quite some time without really any issues. And I will definitely be doing a lot more with this car on the channel in the future. I have quite a bit planned for it. I might have to grab myself a new pair of New Balances and start going to Corvette owners meets, who knows. But there will be a lot coming with it, so definitely if you want to see that, subscribe to the channel just so that you don't miss any of it. So wrapping up, this is a 2005 C6 Corvette that I managed to snag for $20,000 flat, and it has 34,000 miles on it. I basically just wanted to put this video out as the car market for these things seems to be coming down a little bit, and these deals are definitely out there. So if you're looking for something like this, just keep your eyes peeled, and eventually something like this might come up. So if you're searching for one, best of luck, and if not, hopefully you found this entertaining in some way, shape, or form. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave it a like and consider subscribing to the channel if you want to see more stuff with this car in the future. I have quite a bit planned for it, and that's going to be just about it. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.